I don't know how much longer those guys have been on. Hasn't Macaw been on for like ever? Didn't that guy start streaming back when all you needed was like a candle and a Game Boy? You just hold the candle up so people could watch you play Super Mario Land in front of like a camcorder. He's been at it for a while, so. Yes, you are a millionaire. Can I buy a house with 1,000,000 points? Uh, yeah. Yeah. Pretend house. Pretend house of imagination. We need another wagon. Is there somebody out in the middle of that? Who's that? Who's that? Oh, Turkalurks. We'll let them live today. I'll tell you what I could go for, though. Those pro horns. Those aren't pro horns. Those are deer. What's going on there? He catch himself a deer? Oh, he sure did. Look at that. That's pretty cool. He's gonna eat well tonight. Macaw is virtual simulated streamer. He's not real. Interesting. How did I? He's not. I thought he was a real person. Well, even if he's virtual, that doesn't mean he's not any less valid. Okay. Voodoo Sama, what a traitor you are. You should have more points in Galleon channel than Pete Dor or Macaw. I wouldn't want to, point any fingers or anything. I don't think I've ever watched Macaw, but I'll tell you what, I've watched Pete Dor, but I knew Pete Dor from like YouTube. I was watching YouTube, like retro streaming, ever since the birth of it. Really, when like Angry Video Game Nerd and Armac21 and like the Spoony one were, really paving that way. Now, I didn't really like Angry Video Game Nerd much beyond his first few videos. I thought his first few were great. His Karate Kid review, I loved it. I thought that was really good. But I didn't stick with him long because I felt like he wasn't slice of life enough. I was watching a lot of people who were like actual people. I still do tend to gravitate toward them. Now, streamers, everyone is real people, so it's a little different. But back then, there were different approaches, and even to this day, I tend to gravitate toward the guy who's like in his bedroom than the guy who's got like a full-on production studio and a setup and is putting together professional stuff. I like really low tech, organic stuff. And at the time, that was the same thing. So I gravitated toward like the Spoony one. There's a guy out of Arizona who was just like living at his parents' place, putting together videos. And Armac21, it was just this angry guy with this dingy apartment. And him and Angry Video Game Nerd at that time, they were like synonymous with one another. So I was into those two. What were we getting at? Oh, anyway, Pete Dor. Yeah, so Pete Dor was, eventually, about a year into that time, there were other guys who were, again, like a handful of guys. There was a guy named Jedi. He got out of it quick. There was a guy named Sega Kid. Nobody took him seriously. There was Spax. Oh my God, Spax. Spax is like. If you don't know Spax, is it 23? Spax 23. Boy, what a tawdry tale Spax was in the retro gaming YouTube community. Anyway, and then Pete Dorr, man. And Pete Dorr was definitely like the most like, I don't know, straight edge is not really the correct term. More like objective, I guess. It's a good way to put it. Not a lot of gimmicks with Pete. Never has been. It's always been pretty, informational, dry stuff. I think he was out of New York, right? He's out of New York. Anyway, I didn't watch much of him at the time. I've never really watched too much of him. I've watched more of him on Twitch than I ever did on YouTube. But I've watched a couple things that he's put out over the years, and seems like a nice enough guy. Johnny Renegade, he's tight with Johnny Renegade, and I like Johnny, so. So yeah, he's cool. How did we get on this subject? Oh, you watch Pete Dorr. Macaw, on the other hand, I don't know how much. Oh my god, I don't know how much history Macaw had beyond Twitch, but I didn't really get started in the Twitch culture. I've noticed like a lot of the guys that X hangs out with, like Mortis, a lot of guys who watch X's channel, like they like Dot Level and stuff. They talk about like the Let's Play days, Gunstar. Oh my god, I didn't really watch a lot of that, like the whole Let's Play culture. I didn't get into it at the time. I don't know if they were like pre-recorded at that time, like the birth of the Let's Play. If it was all pre-recorded stuff, and you just watch them, but. It wasn't until I got into the Galleon that I really started appreciating this medium. And when I started the Galleon, it wasn't here to just come here and play video games. It was here to make the show, which is a lot different. So I don't know. All the best. Howdy, Arthur. Sorry, I'm going on and on here. Hope you're doing well. Looks like Arthur followed us. That was sweet of him. His deer was 3 stars, but I missed it. You see Mudo there whenever Macaw's on? I know NSU is a Macaw fan, so yeah, I know. Definitely got a lot of people in the retro community who are all about him. He's old school. I wish my deer was 3 stars. I couldn't even get my deer. And when I was shooting at, that was 3 stars. I'm Old Geezer. Old Geezer. Yeah, well, things change. Yeah, I knew about Pete a long, long time. Known about Pete for like 20 years. So. He will treat everyone, not me, with gifts. What kind of gifts do you want? What kind of gifts are you looking for? What is hanging there? It's like a dead bird? Why would someone hang a bird like that? Oh my god, it's a skull. This is like a cultist place. The door is not open. No, it is open. Yeah, like this cabin. We've been here. I know this cabin. It's full of a bunch of people who off themselves for a cult. The Great Crossing Over. It's pretty macabre. Potent miracle tonic. I'll take it. I don't watch streamers who have followers. Only chat. It's just me. What? He has a follower only chat? Oh, I didn't know that. I don't know. Pete does that eBay stuff. I kind of like to watch that now and then. I did watch Pete. I think the last time I watched Pete was Black Friday. He was doing like trading cards or something. Like Pete Dork trading cards that would alter how he had to search games like on eBay. That was kind of neat. I think like at one point somebody used a card that called eye test, and so I think someone played a card where you had to find a certain game in a lot in like 3 minutes. It was tabletop tennis for Rockstar. That's it. This was neat. So somebody played a card that said request a game, find game, and then you had to choose the game. So the guy played the card, game hunt, which Pete's got to find the game on eBay in like 3 minutes or something. In a lot. And the person said Rockstar's table tennis for the 360. So then somebody else, to screw with him, played eye test, which means he's got to minimize the view, his view, by like 300% or something. So he was like trying his best to search all these 360 lots, and the whole window was reduced. So I thought that was pretty funny. I thought that was cute. It was neat. I guess he was selling those cards for Black Friday or something. So it was a nice touch.